Tra la 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 la. Tra la 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 la. Hey dudes, it's Mr. Wicker here. I've been in another video, and this is a review this time around of this gem which just been released, the Banana Splits movie. And it's been made into this crazy slasher, or as you would call it. You might have seen a few other reviews on this. The ones I've seen have been quite good, and there's been a load where they're saying they're kind of slating it. Not saying it's not funny, it's bad acting, and etc, etc. And you know, fuck you, man. What do you expect? It's the Banana Splits movie, and it's a horror film. So what do you fucking expect? Me personally, I loved it. I laughed most of the way through from like the actual parts which were funny. They were funny. And you know, and going back to acting, you know, yeah, the acting wasn't great, but so what? It didn't matter. It doesn't matter, you know, at all. Not for this kind of movie. You know, this wasn't made to make any like Academy Awards or things like that, as other people have said. You know, it's what it is. It's just a fun horror film for fans to watch, of the genre to watch. I mean, it starts off introduced to this family, and the youngest, called Harley, he's just been receiving tickets from his mother to go and watch the Banana Splits movie live, because it's his favourite show, and she's just been remarried to this other guy who doesn't really like the way Harley behaves, because he thinks he should behave more like a little boy, and then he thinks he's behaving more like a little girl because of what he's because of the show he likes and the way he performs around. And he doesn't really get on with the eldest son either, but unknown to the mother, or to all of them, he's actually having an affair behind her back with his secretary, but you never get introduced to her anyway, only by phone. But you know, the stepfather gets his accountants towards the end of the film anyway, gets his so yeah, the reason why the Banana Splits are all actually animatronics. They was made by this guy like years ago, from the 70s, when the film series started, and he's been reworking them and keeping them going and going. Because at first I thought there was people inside, actually real people, but it ends up being actually like robots. And one of them overhears this one of the producers who's just been promoted to like the top job and deciding what programming goes out on the studios, and he says to one of the producers that the show's up, he's cancelling it, it's outdated. And obviously all the people who make the show and the producers, the lady producers, not very happy about it. Unknown to all of them, one of the Banana Splits is actually listening in, and it ends up short-circuiting them, because they've managed to be made to have proper feelings and to understand. And then from then on, the shit hits the fan. You get introduced by this other couple, young couple, who have just been given like the tour around the studio after the show's been filmed, and this is when the killing starts. And each of the kills are fantastic. They're imaginative, they're bloody. The gore is pretty. The effects are pretty cool. You know, they are very comical as well, the way they die. You know, sort of hilarious. I mean, if you think back to films, if you look at the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, imaginative ways they were killed using their instruments, and what they had around them. The same was with the Banana Splits. You know, they used all their props and the stage to like kill everyone, and no one was spared. You know, they was after everyone, even the ones who weren't responsible for the show being cancelled. And one in the first kill between the two young couple, boy and girlfriend, as you might say, but he just proposed to her. The way he died was fantastic. It was just like, alright. And the producer lady's kill was pretty cool. There is a really cool like fight scene between two of the Banana Splits towards the end, which was like, it was just kind of crazy to watch, because they was trying, obviously the people in the costumes had to act like robots, so they had to think about well, the robot will actually sort of punch and kick and things like that, and you see things like that, and it is quite funny. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to give away too much, but there is certain things that happen during the film, like the wife does obviously find out that he's having an affair, but like I said, what happens to him, he gets his serve. He deserves it. He gets comeuppance, as I'll call it, or just desserts. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a lot of fun. If you all remember the show, you know, and you all like the show, all the memories come back to you, because they do the actual start of the programme where the Banana Splits run on stage, start playing their instruments and things like that, and do some dances and things like that. So if you do remember the show, they do still do them bits and pieces which remember you from your childhood. So nevertheless, I say definitely give this a go. I would, you know, if you're a fan of horror films and comedy horror and something completely fucking weird and just out there, and one of the things I would never thought would be made into a horror film would be this, and you know, it was done well. The ending, there is kind of a sort of a, you know, is there or isn't there going to be a sequel? Hopefully, I mean, I'll definitely be looking out would want a sequel to this, because they're fun, and that's all you want in a film. So definitely, if I was to give this 5 out of 5, Living Cat of 5, I would advocate to give it to the top marks, because you know, films like this, you just have to enjoy it. And like I said, if you like films like, you know, the sort of humour of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, you get this sort of humour as well. So yeah, like always do, thanks for stopping by and listening to this review, and put your comments in there and let me know if you need to know anything else about it in the comments underneath. Laters.